What's up, you guys? Eric here, Driveline, and got an interesting scenario here unfolding, developing. Hang on. Let me get this trailer. I couldn't run a pre-trip inside the shipper, which is over there, because they want to take a picture of it at 28 degrees, and if I run a pre-trip, it might warm up by a couple degrees. She said even if it's at 28.9, they wouldn't let me out of the gate. So they got this lot right across the street that I can park in, and I came over here to figure I'd park here because I'm way early, picking up the load way early, and I mean, it wasn't due until for like 12 hours from now. So so here's the deal. Hang on. I'm just triple, quadruple checking this thing, and I'll tell you why. Now, I've already pre-tripped the hell out of it, but I'm just pre-tripping it again, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything, because this loaded trailer is out of service. This trailer is out of service. They loaded this trailer. Nobody can figure out how or why it got to this customer, but it wasn't supposed to be loaded. It's out of service. There was no red tag on it. There's nothing that I can see. Not leaking air. The tires, everything looks good. The brakes and everything look good. There's nothing I can see. All the lights are good. I'm running a pre-trip right now, so maybe it's the reefer. Road Assist didn't communicate why. I mean, I just ain't seeing nothing. I checked all the cross members. I mean, there's just, I looked all underneath it to make sure there was nothing underneath it. There's nothing. No top rail stuff I can see. I don't know why they're not communicating why this thing's out of service. Let me walk over here. I'm tired of being in a truck. I just drove 180 miles to get up here, and don't have to drive right now, but I'm going to. So I was super stoked because I was planning on having to do a 10-hour break in this lot to wait for this load to be ready, and it's ready. It was ready already at 2 o'clock this morning. And it only weighs 25,000 pounds, and it's a drop and hook anytime tomorrow at a Walmart. So I was like ecstatic, and I go through all my pre-trip. I already had the bills inside the shipper. So I was doing my depart call, and then figured I'd run the pre-trip on the outside of the property or run the pre-trip on the reefer outside the property, because I wanted to make sure it was at 28 degrees when I got to the guard shack. So I do all my depart information, take a picture of the front page of the bills, send all that. I do my depart call, and when he tries to attach the trailer to me, that's when he discovered that it was out of service. And he was like, "Oh, we got a problem." I was like, "No, don't tell me that, dude. Don't say that." He said, "That trailer's out of service." I was like, "Bro, come on, man." And he's like, do you see any reason for it to be out of service? I said, "I didn't see, but let me go walk around it again." And I went out there, circled again. It was pitch black back there, but I circled again. There's no seal problems with the doors. It's maintaining temperatures just fine. Like I said, we'll see when this pre-trip finishes on the reefer if it's going to throw any codes or anything, but it's maintaining temperature. It's on a Fuel Hog 28 continuous, and it's right on the money, 28, with no alarms. So I came over to this lot and figured, all right, I'm gonna wait, see if it has to be transloaded, which is gonna suck. And came over here, and as soon as I got over here, he messaged me and said, when you get to Walmart, contact Road Assist and put a red tag on the trailer. because it has to go to Springfield for some parts. Now I ask what parts they are because that concerns me. I'm like, should I be concerned? If you're telling me it needs some parts, should I be concerned? So we'll see what he says. But I had this aha moment because I have to go to Springfield. I've got packages, I got stuff I need to pick up. So I have to go to Springfield. So I kind of had this aha moment because it's like, wait a minute. If I'm going to be down in Georgia and you're telling me that it has to go to a terminal for parts, now I won't have hours by the time I get down there Thursday morning. So I'd have to do a 10-hour break, which would give them time to unload the trailer, right? Because it's a dropping hook. So we'll see what they said, because I just messaged and was like, bro, if y'all want to pay me to take this trailer to Springfield, I'm your huckleberry, because that solves all kinds of problems for me. I don't got to wait for another dispatch. I can just drag an empty trailer all the way to Springfield, and it doesn't pay great. It's like $1.09 a mile or whatever it is. But shit, it's an empty trailer, dude. I don't got to fight for a load. I don't got to do none of that. I'll just wake up after my 10-hour break, go right back to Walmart, pick up this empty trailer, take it to Springfield. We'll see what happens. See if they say yes, because that would be excellent. Hopefully it passes this. I mean, there ain't, unless it's something in the reefer, there just ain't nothing wrong with that thing. In other news, man, I'm already sick and tired of the wind. It's that time of year where if you got an empty trailer, the chances are high you're going to be sketched out by having to pull it somewhere. I had a 30 mile per hour wind that whole 180 miles up here, but I was driving straight into it. Yesterday, there were 36, 37 mile hour winds in northeast North Carolina, and I wasn't moving. I was not going to move. So it's just that time of year, man. But I was so glad. I mean, 25,000 pounds. Now going back the same direction, this wind will be at my ass. But 25,000 pounds in 30 to 35 mile per hour wind is enough. And it's pork, it's pepperonis, stuff like that. So that's enough weight for me to be comfortable in that. Let's see if this reefer. Moment of truth, guys. Let's see if this reefer. Let's see if it's done yet. No, it's not done yet. So, finishing up a strong week. My other truck he's doing great still. We're staying reloaded, you guys. I here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be able to introduce something to you guys. Just a piece of it, a small piece of it, and it's pretty damn cool. This thing, I don't want to tell you too much about it. Let me just put it this way. I've got data coming from all kinds of places to give me a visualization of freight rates for reefer, flatbed, and dry van, broken down by state, broken down by regional. It's going to give me the average paid by the customer and the average paid to the truck, and then a view of both contract and spot rate. So I'm really excited to see that kind of come together. I've got all the back end, the APIs and all that stuff built. I just need to build the user interface for it. But that's going to be really cool because, like I've said in the past few videos, I think Prime is so well positioned right now. If you follow FreightWaves and some of those, some of the analysts out there, they're basically saying, look, the bottom is kind of falling out of this. And it's even, for a lot of carriers, it's even worse than it was a year ago. But not for Prime. I mean, rates are hit and miss. You get some great rates and then you get some shit rates. But we are not really waiting for loads. That is, I was talking to Ray, my friend Ray, who 15 years with Prime, private fleet owner, and he recalls very painfully the time 2 years ago, I think it was a year and a half, 2 years ago, where for my trucks and his and others that we know who were running fleets, all of our trucks were waiting 24 hours between loads. It was horrible and it was devastating. And this went on for like a year and a half. So for me, would I like rates to be higher? Yes, of course. But I'm happy if volumes are higher. We're staying loaded. If we can keep being loaded and not have to wait more than 10 or 12 hours, a 10 or 12 hour break to be reloaded and moving, I'm happy. If rates can hang on where they are and we can keep these volumes going, I'm pretty stoked with that. It's pretty windy. You guys are probably hearing that. Anyway, I'm gonna wait and see what this reefer does here in a few minutes. I really should be going. I should be rolling right now to beat some traffic. It is now Wednesday morning, but I don't want to go until that reefer's done. So I kind of know that because it's a pretty sensitive load that's got to be ran at 28 continuous, I want to make sure that thing completes without any problems, because otherwise I'm only going to be driving about 100 miles right now. And when I get parked, I don't want to be tripping out about whether or not this cargo is going to go bad on me, you know what I mean? So anyway, in the next video, I'll let you guys know if I can just take this trailer to Springfield, because that would end up being a total of, let's see, Springfield from down there probably be, if I had to guess, around 800 miles. This load is 600 miles. So you're looking at 1,400 miles with this trailer, with this out of service trailer total. Some loaded, some empty. Anyway, I'll let you guys know up next. Be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to y'all soon.